And here we are back at Estación de Málaga Maria Zambrano. I'm not catching, well, I am catching a train today. I'm going to catch a train from the local platforms, the Cercanas, and head off back up to Malaga Airport. So that's platforms 10 and 11. Malaga Airport, there it is. Alright. Going to the airport's easy, you just have to tap your credit card on the reader and get yourself in. So yeah, I was checking the incoming flight on flight radar. It didn't seem to have taken off yet from Bristol, so it's definitely a case of, well, we're definitely going to see how this one goes. Just have to go downstairs to the subterranean Cercanías platform and await my train to the airport. Well, that came quick, so it's time to hop on board. Nothing special about these interiors, and it was quite busy, so I decided not to film. Also, it's a very short journey. And here we are at Malaga Airport. All I've got to do is get upstairs and tap out with my credit card. But for some reason it won't work for me, but of course it's bound to work for him.
The card
Brilliant.
at Malaga. Oh. That's it.
And once we're out of the airport railway station, you can see just how close to the terminal we are. We've just got to cross a couple of approach roads and we're straight inside the terminal building, which is good news considering it's raining so hard. Yeah, there you have it. The train left Malaga Maria Zambrano at 7:53 and it's now 10 minutes later and we're in the terminal. So yes, full marks to Malaga for having excellent train interchange. There is a train every 20 minutes between Malaga and Fuengirola, and so therefore obviously there's a train every 20 minutes to the airport. So, and that's pretty much from 6 in the morning to about midnight. So yeah, a very good service. So here I am. Right, made it to extensive Malaga check-in, so we'll probably just need to work out how to get through some gates now. I don't have anything to check in, I've just got this tiny bag that I put under the seat, so yeah, just got to work out how to get through security. Looks like it's over there. Secure control for security right in the middle, over there behind you. I'm looking at it, so better do it. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, while he mucks about in security, let's have a look at our route for today. We'll end up taking off in a southerly direction and then do a 180-degree turn to fly over Madrid and the body of Spain, cross the Bay of Biscay, and we'll just clip the Brittany coastline at France before we cross the Channel and enter the UK by flying across the county of Devon before swinging eastbound for our final approach into Bristol. The distance today will be approximately 1,640 kilometres or 1,019 miles, and the flight is scheduled to take 2 hours and 50 minutes. Well, I've had a look on flight radar and the incoming flight from Bristol is only an hour away, so if we're going to take off late, it's not going to be very late. They're going to get us this plane turned around and back out fairly quick. The weather's wet, but apart from that everything looks okay, and I think it's time to have a little wander around Malaga Airport, especially to see if I can find anywhere to fill my water bottle like they do at Bristol, or whether they just want to sell me a plastic water bottle.
Before I went through the final checks and security into the gate waiting area, the main body of Malaga Airport really was a delight to spend time in. There was a great selection of shops and eateries, and actually just the overall architecture and light and airy space of the airport itself was excellent.
Got through security and passport control, and also did find lots of water points near the toilets, so filled up my bottle. And now strangely I'm stood in what you might call the gym, although I have to say if there's one person that uses it in a week, then I think that would probably be more than I'd expect. Not the kind of thing, even if you go to the gym, you're not really dressed for it, are you? Oh, I think I'll just do a workout on the bike and get on the plane covered in sweat. Don't think that's going to happen, is it really?
Even with the weather being so bad, there was still time for a little bit of plane spotting out of the window before our flight was called forward. That included incoming Air Transat from Montreal. I did fly Air Transat once between London and Vancouver, and I thought they were a pretty good low-cost carrier. Anyway, our plane is on stand, and it's an Airbus A320 that has been flying since 2018.
Well, it's 10:20 and there is a long and very slow moving queue for boarding, so I don't think we're going to be getting off the stand by 10:30 today. Although, you know, I've got a lot else to do today, so when it happens, it happens.
Well, I'm pleased we've got an air bridge to board the plane here, as the weather in Malaga is not getting any better. That's me settling into my seat, so let's just have a little look out the window as we taxi and take off. And we're out over the Med before we bank hard to port to track back over Spain. Well, it's not a train, but let's do a quick seat tour, shall we? Well, legroom is fine for this short flight. I've moved my underseat bag backwards after takeoff so I can put my feet in front. The seat back pocket is a little cumbersome when you've jammed a water bottle in like I have, but generally it's nice to have one. Looking at you, Ryanair. And the tray table is okay. It's not very big, but it is fairly sturdy, and again, it's a short flight, so I can manage just fine. And above, as you'd expect, there's air vents, reading lights, and a call bell should you need it. And while we're doing that, we've got above the clouds. That's better. And I was ready for a cuppa, and I do like an Earl Grey, so I'm pleased to see that easyJet had one available. Nothing else to do now but just kick back and enjoy the beautiful views out of the window. And after a run up the Bay of Biscay, we make landfall over France just over Concarneau. And then we're across Brittany and heading towards the south coast of England. And once we're across Devon, we turn eastwards up the Bristol Channel with South Wales in the distance. Below us on that little headland is Breen Down Fort, which was built in the 1860s to protect the approaches to the ports of the Bristol Channel. And finally we turn east over Sand Point to make the final approach to Bristol Airport. And we're treated to a super smooth landing. Well done, easyJet. And as they say, welcome to Bristol. A very pleasant flight indeed.
12, Please remain in your seats with your seatbelt securely fastened.
So what did this all cost? My return flight between Bristol and Malaga, booked just 1 month in advance with an underseat bag only, cost me £42.98, or roughly €48.50, which is certainly a very good price, and certainly I would advise you to think long and hard about what actual extra luggage you need and just stay small if you can. It's a decent walk at Bristol until you get to the customs checks and baggage reclaim, but we're passed through pretty quickly today. I'm soon out through the arrivals and into the terminal itself. I'll track through the terminal where it's warm and then pop out at the last minute as I set off to get my car.
Well, that was Malaga to Bristol. Here we are back in Bristol. I'm just walking up the approach road to get to where my car is. We're off the stand 15 minutes late, but we arrived spot on time, so a little bit of padding in the schedule worked a treat there. Hopefully they can get away quick enough now on their next service. But for me, yes, just walk back to the car and then it's about an hour and 20-minute drive back down to Exeter. So I hope you've enjoyed my first ever flight report. And if you have, then give it a like and maybe drop me a comment. And consider subscribing to the channel as I release a travel video every Friday. But for now, from Bristol Airport, it's goodbye and thank you very much for watching.